Hello everybody, Articulation here, and welcome to my review of Transformers Covert Agent Ravage, PulseCon exclusive Covert Agent Ravage. Now, when this figure was revealed, I was absolutely ecstatic. I absolutely love Beast Wars, you guys know this, and this is a figure I was not expecting. I was not expecting us to get a Ravage. I didn't think he had enough screen time to get a figure, but they surprised us with this, and I was so stoked. I immediately wanted him. The pre-orders went up for him. I bought him immediately. I got him yesterday, and this is my review of him. I went through a couple of stages when I got this guy out of the packaging, but let's get into this. Here is Covert Agent Ravage, and oh my lord, look at this figure, man. Look how much paint and sculpt is on this guy. He looks incredible. He genuinely looks outstanding. He looks like he walked off of the screen. Now, this guy was only in one episode of Beast Wars, or maybe two. I think it was actually in two. It was a two-part episode. I think it was the agenda, right? I think it was the agenda. It's the one where he comes and he takes Megatron away, and then Megatron reveals that the golden disc was like a message from the G1 Megatron, and then he's like, Decepticon forever, and then he crashes and dies, right? Doesn't his ship get like boarded by Rat Trap, and then Rat Trap crashes the ship, and again, I guess he dies there, but yeah, pretty awesome character overall. It was really cool that he showed up and was like helping out the Maximals. It was a very cool character overall, so I really love the way he looks, and he looks absolutely fantastic, man. Look at the paint work on this guy. Got some beautiful gold right there, some red for the little belt buckle right there, silver around as well. On the head sculpt, you got some eyes there. Beautiful sculpt on the head sculpt, man. Looks absolutely fantastic. You get the little bobble on his head there. I'm not sure what that's about, but it looks pretty good. And then you have some nice gray over here for the arms right there. Very nice. Moving down to the legs. Got some nice gold picked out right there. Absolutely beautiful figure, man. He looks stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. Back kibble, pretty darn good, honestly. I don't have any issue with this. All of this cleans up very well. These legs actually tab in place back there, which is really great. And then he has his tail right there, which I'm pretty sure is accurate to the cartoon. I'm pretty sure he did have a tail. So yeah, absolutely awesome. Everything holds together. The tolerances are really good, but that's actually where one of my where a tiny issue I have with this guy comes in. But I'm gonna get into that in just a second, because I gotta get another thing out of my I gotta get another thing off the bat right here. His arms. I don't love the arms on this figure. If you get this guy in hand, you will probably immediately understand why I don't like them, because they are extremely like, they're just very thin and very lanky looking, and they don't really look good, and they're also kind of loose as well. Like, the hinges feel very flimsy and floppy, and the real problem with this is the arm. The tolerances, like I said, are really good, but because of that, it's extremely difficult to swivel the arms, and if you swivel the arms like down here like you would usually do for a Transformer figure, I bet you this would snap. I bet you, because this is very flimsy. If you tried to swivel the arm here, I think this would snap. So when you move his arm, make sure you come all the way up here and you twist it up here as to not break the figure. Now, I do think this is a genuine issue with the figure. I'm not gonna blow this issue off, because it makes posing him a little scary, because I mean, it's really tight. Even if you do it up here, it's still obscenely tight. Now, that could obviously go away with time. In time, that could become looser and nicer to move overall. But also the legs as well are also obscenely tight. Like, look, the waist will swivel before the actual knee will swivel right there. So yeah, very tight as well. So that is one issue I have with this guy. His tolerances are great, and that's great and all, but I think they might just be a little too tight, honestly. So yeah, a minor issue in the grand scheme of things, but an issue nonetheless. So that is something I did want to say. He does have a Predacon symbol on the side there, which is pretty darn cool. I do like that. And then articulation wise, while the tolerances are definitely a little too tight in my opinion, the articulation is fantastic. You've got very nice movement out here. You got movement out here. You got double jointed bend at the elbow, which is more for transformation, but it's really great because this guy's weapons, you would totally want to get him in some sharpshooter poses, and you totally can with this guy, so the double jointed elbows are very nice in that regard. But once again, those arms are a little flimsy, and honestly, the double jointed elbow is probably is probably one of the reasons why. So I don't know if it's worth the trade-off, but I personally think it probably is. Very nice though. And then you have some movement in the legs there. You can get a lot of forward, not really any back, and you do have a 90-degree bend. Well, a little bit less than 90-degree bend at the legs. I believe this whole section right here is reused from Kingdom Cheetor. Everything everything from here upwards is completely new. This figure is not a remold of Cheetor. If you heard people say he's a remold of Cheetor, he's not. The bottom legs are from Cheetor, but besides that, he is a completely new figure. Like, completely new. There's absolutely nothing the same from him and Cheetor. He even has a hinged tail rather than a removable tail. So yeah, if people are telling you that he's a remold of Cheetor, that is not true at all. But very, very, very nice. I actually really, really do like the figure. Now, before we get into the accessories, this set also comes with a re-release of G1 Ravage. And ladies and gentlemen, this is my very first ever G1 vintage figure. And I will be honest with you, when this was revealed, I didn't think I was going to give two shits about this. I thought I was going to put it in my storage thing and never really look at it again. I absolutely love this figure. This figure is about 50 billion times better than WFC Trilogy Ravage, and he is my new Ravage for my G1 Decepticon shelf. Sorry, who did I knock off? Oh, I just knocked off one of Nemesis Prime's gun. He is my new G1 Ravage for my Decepticon shelf because this figure is actually awesome, and trust me, if you get this guy, and the only Ravage you have is the WFC Trilogy Ravage, you will love this guy, man. I promise you. He is super cool. So here he is in his cassette mode right there. It is super, super nice. You got a little Decepticon logo right there. Very well painted. And this guy is good quality, man. He feels heavy and like made of metal. Guys, any G1 collectors out there, is this what all the G1 figures feel like? Because if they do, I gotta start collecting vintage G1 figures, man, because, oh my lord, these guys feel incredible. Like, every time I'm watching reviews and someone pulls out a G1 figure to comparison, I'm just like, wow, that looks like it'd be so unfun to hold, like it would be super jingly and jangly and floppy, but do they feel like this? Please let me know in the comments down below, because if they do, I need to get more G1 figures, because this guy feels amazing. Yeah, he is really, really awesome. Now, he can't, unfortunately, he can't fit in any WFC Trilogy sound waves or upcoming blasters. Oh yeah, baby, that blaster looks incredible. I cannot wait to get that guy. So, he can't fit in there, so your WFC Trilogy Ravage will still be good for that, but I really honestly don't mind that at all, because I will have this guy I will not be having this guy in Soundwave because he is too cool for that. So there you go. I guess we can go ahead and transform him real quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip this piece down just like that. That's going to give him his tail. Flip this piece up. That's going to be his head. And then for the legs, you kind of just bring him down and you could do whatever you want with them like that. So there you go. There you have Ravage transformed. He looks awesome, right? Doesn't he look really good? Way better than WFC Trilogy Ravage, which I'll show you in comparisons in just a second here, but way better in my opinion. I absolutely love the way he looks. Now, you can move his legs a little bit independently there, but it will make him a little harder to stand up, and I will show that to you. So if you have him like this, he will be a little bit of a chore to stand up. It is possible. It's not impossible. I have been able to get it. But it's a lot easier. If you see there, you can get it, but if you just leave his legs connected right there, it will make them a little more structurally sound, and it makes standing him up like substantially easier. You can just plop him down, and he's pretty much good to go there. So yeah, that will make him a lot easier to stand up if you're having trouble standing him up. Now, getting into the accessories on this set, I really love the G1 Ravage. Like, straight up, I absolutely love it. I think that figure is 10 times better than the WFC Trilogy Ravage. I will say it. So, getting into the accessories, which are pretty great with this set. First off, of course, you get Covert Agent Ravage's awesome little guns right here. And these are super cool, super accurate to Beast Wars. I love these, and these are honestly such an awesome accessory because of the way that you can use them with Ravage. You can either give these to Ravage to hold in his hand right there. You can give him these, pistols, and he can blow up some freaking Maximals or Autobots or Predacons even, because he doesn't really like Predacons. He's all about Decepticons. But yeah, super, super awesome right there. Oh, I forgot to mention, he also has a hinged jaw as well, so you can get some of that movement in there. He can be all like, Sprut Sputza, I am not a minion. I can't speak Russian if you can't tell. But yeah, really awesome accessories right there. But the really cool thing about these accessories is that they included a little tab on the side there, which allows you to plug it into the leg on Ravage right there. And this is beyond awesome. I am such a sucker for, I'm not sure why, but I am such a sucker for I don't even know, characters that put their gun like on this, that have their gun like holstered on the side of their leg. I don't know why, I just think that is so fucking cool, and this guy is probably the only Transformer figure that I have that can do it, and I want more of this. Guys, I've been saying this for years, actually. They need to start putting like a tab on the side of the legs that you can clip the guns onto, because that would be so cool. I like back storage as well. Back storage is fine with me, but let me give you an example here. Here we go. How cool would it be if WFC Trilogy Run Amok could have his pistol just holstered on the side of his leg right there? How cool would that be? Or maybe even down there. I don't know. That would be so cool. I really hope that Hasbro will do this some more, because I love this storage for his guns, man. That just looks so cool. So they have it when you're not using the guns. You can store them on the legs just like that, which is super cool. Alrighty, I'll give you guys some comparisons with Ravage and G1 Ravage. Now, for comparison, first up here he is with Kingdom Cheetor, so you can see how different he is from Kingdom Cheetor right there. So once again, if you heard from people that he was just a remold of Kingdom Cheetor, they are lying to you. He is absolutely, like, completely different from Kingdom Cheetor. Like, there is, like, almost nothing reused. The only thing reused is the legs and the hind legs right there. That is literally the only thing that is taken from the Kingdom Cheetor. So there you have it. And people need to leave this Cheetor figure alone. This figure is awesome, okay? This figure is awesome. I will die on the hill. This figure is awesome. You people, leave this figure alone. I watched Kato's Collections video on this guy right here, and he just talked shit about this Cheetor, and I have no idea what the fucking problem people have with this Cheetor. This is an awesome figure. Hashtag Kingdom Cheetor is awesome. Leave me in the comments down below, because, man, I can't believe people hate this figure, man. He's so good. And here he is with the criminal. You have him with Kingdom Megatron. They look pretty darn good together. They look pretty freaking good together. You know what? Why not? Let's finish off a little family reunion here. There he is with G1 Megatron as well. That looks absolutely wonderful. This is, Siege Megatron, so, yeah, this is, G1 Megatron. So there you go. That is a very nice little shot as well. And here he is with his old partner, WFC Trilogy Soundwave. So there you go. And while we're at it here he is with WFC Trilogy Laserbeak as well. So there you go. And also, here is the G1 Ravage right there. So there you have that as well. There we go. See, don't those two look great together? I love it. So here's a better shot of Laserbeak with Ravage. These are my two definitive Laserbeak and Ravage, although I have the Earth mode one up there on my G1 Decepticon shelf, but they have that. And then here is this amazing Ravage figure with this piece of garbage WFC Trilogy Ravage. Oh my lord, this figure is horrible, dude. Why did Hasbro get such a huge downgrade from this figure to this figure, man? Like, these figures evolved backwards, man. This figure is so much better. This thing is a piece of crap, like, straight up. This thing is a piece of crap. Look how ugly he is, man. Look how fat and weird he looks. Ugh, never liked this figure. This guy is so much better. And lastly, for this comparison segment, I'm going to bring this in. This comes with this set. This is the insert in the box. You can just pull this out of the box. And what you can do with this, if it has a hard time standing up on its own, what you can do with this is you can stand Ravage in here, just like that, and that will make him stand up a little better. And then you can take the cassette here and throw it into this little slip right here. And now you have a recreation of the scene. So you can it can kind of look like he's transformed from Ravage into the cassette right there, and then he flies into the ship's little cassette port. Although I'm not really sure why an alien ship would have a cassette port, but hey, it is what it is. So there you go. That is another thing you can do with this set. Pretty darn cool overall. So there you have your comparisons. Real quick before I get into the transformation, I totally forgot to show off that Ravage does come with these little chrome rockets right here, which are pretty cool, and you can plug these onto the side right here. You can plug these onto Ravage via these little peg holes in the back there. So there you go, you can have that. Honestly, I kind of prefer the way he looks without these, but it does make him a little more G1 accurate. But yes, you do get those as well, and you can kind of angle them if you want to. If you want to, you can kind of angle them up a little bit. So yeah, you can do that. Pretty cool, but personally, I kind of prefer him without these, but very cool though. Alrighty, and with that, we're going to jump into the transformation on this guy, which is pretty darn fun, but his alt mode is not accurate to Beast Wars. He actually turns into a standard Jaguar instead of a cassette like he did in Beast Wars. This is not a complaint because they did a great thing in including the G1 Ravage, so you kind of have both forms anyway, and if you don't want him to transform, just don't transform him, because honestly, he looks like he doesn't even transform at all anyway. So yeah, it's like the Quintesson Judge. If you don't want to transform him, just never transform him, and no one will ever know that he's supposed to transform. But the transformation is actually pretty darn fun in my opinion, so you might be missing out a little bit. But here we go. This is the transformation for Covert Agent Ravage. Alright, for transformation, you are going to have to rotate the arms this way, and then you're going to rotate the hand so that this whole piece kind of lines up like that, just like that. And then you want to fold this in and plug it in just like that, and then you want to do the same thing on the other side here. Come here, and then you want to rotate it this way. Remember to rotate it that thing. Rotate the hand this way, bring it up, and tap it in place just like that. And you come to the feet here, do exactly what you do on Kingdom Cheetor. Rotate this in, flip this in, bring down the leg right there. So rotate this in, put that in, and then bring the leg down just like that. And then you want to come here, and you can come to this little section right here, and you just want to pull the torso piece open just like that. This whole piece is going to hinge down, and then you want to get this little piece from Ravage's head. You just want to bring that up just like that, and then you want to take the arms here, you want to fold them in and fold them in as much as they can go, just like that. And then you want to take these back legs here, these are going to unfold, you just want to bring these out just like that, and then you want to bring these down just
like that. And then you want to bring this whole section back up. You want to bring this whole section back up just like that and get it all going there. Here we go, and get this whole thing. Make sure when you're doing this that the arms are folded all the way down just like that. And you can bring this piece up, and you just want to get this in here, and then you can kind of work these pieces right here. Although, why is that not angled properly? Get back in there. There we go. Bring this up, and then you can just kind of work these pieces in there. You can see they will tab in place and fill up the back of the Jaguar mode right there. It's pretty cool. So when you get there, you just kind of work them in there, and then these pieces should find their home relatively easy. Just clip these in to either side. This one likes to be a pain in the butt sometimes, but you can just get this, untab this a little bit, and just get this in there. Why are you being so difficult? Unacceptable! Oh my gosh. There you go, just get all that locked in, then you just bring the legs down, and there you have Ravage in his beast mode right there.
And here you have Ravage in his alt mode, and while this alt mode is certainly nothing special, it is basically just Kingdom Cheetor, but black and a new head sculpt. While it's nothing special, I really like that transformation. It's really fun how the arms just like fold up in there and go into there. Honestly, a very fun transformation, and you'd be missing out if you didn't try it a couple times, because yeah, it's a fun one. I enjoy this transformation a lot. So there you go, very cool. He really is just like very similar to Cheetor. He's got a hinged tail now instead of a removable tail, so that's nice. Obviously the same posability as Cheetor. I actually think I was wrong. I think these are the same piece on Cheetor. You know what? Why don't we check here? Yeah, those do look to be the same pieces on Cheetor right there. You can see the legs are the exact same as well. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, obviously I guess I was a little bit wrong. These pieces are also taken from Cheetor, but besides that, everything else is new. But very cool. I actually do think the alt mode is kind of fun, actually. Like, it's not something I'm gonna leave him in ever, because why on earth would you ever leave him in this mode as opposed to the amazing robot mode? But hey, for something that's just there and not really intrusive at all, the transformation is not freaking obvious at all that this figure transforms even in the first place. So I actually really like this because it's a fun transformation, and it's an alt mode that, you know, it works. It works. It's a fun little Jaguar mode right here. For storage, you can plug the guns into the exact same place you did in robot mode. Honestly, you don't even have the parts for them because you can just leave them on the legs for all eternity if you wanted to. So yeah, pretty cool right there because they go on the exact same place. So there you go. That's your storage for him. You could also, I guess you could angle them. I guess you could also angle them forward so he can actually blast them. Although yeah, you can, but they kind of get blocked by the front legs right there, and there's not really any way to get them out from there. So that is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. So I think that the alt mode is fun. It's obviously not necessary because this alt mode is not accurate whatsoever to the Beast Wars Ravage, but it's here and it's kind of fun. So there you go. Give you some comparisons. And for comparison with Ravage, here he is with the G1 Ravage right here, so you can see how they look together. Here he is with WFC Trilogy Laserbeak right there. You can see how those look together. And here he is with Kingdom Cheetor. So there you have that together. This figure is awesome. Stop it. Love it. But yeah, they look pretty darn good together. Keep in mind, my Cheetor has the upgrade kit, so he is a little bit longer than yours would be if you don't have the upgrade kit for him. So there you go. They look pretty darn cool together, I must say. I mean, there's not really any reason to put Ravage in this alt mode because it's not accurate whatsoever. But honestly, they look kind of cool together, man. They honestly look kind of cool together. So there you go. So final thoughts on Covert Agent Ravage. Alrighty, let's go through this because this guy's adventure with me was a little bit ropey. So let's get into this. Okay, when I first got this guy out of the packaging and I felt his floppy loose arms and how thin and frail they felt and his super tight tolerances that were honestly too tight in my opinion, I was a little bit disappointed with this guy at first, but as I started playing with him, as I started posing him around, I started to like him a little bit more, and when I added him to my Beast Wars shelf, I fell in love with this figure. Look, here's my Beast Wars shelf. Really awesome, right? I love all these figures. But man, if you add Covert Agent Ravage into this display, look at that. Look how friggin' cool he looks over there with all of the rest of the Predacons. And when I did this, I officially fell in love with this figure. He looks so freaking cool. So yeah, after I did that, I fell in love with this figure. Then I started messing with the G1 Ravage and found that it's so good. It's so much better than WFC Trilogy Ravage, which has always been one of my absolute least favorite WFC Trilogy figures. I got WFC Trilogy Ravages, I got the Ravage mold for the first time in the Siege 2-pack with Laserbeak, and let me tell you, had Laserbeak not been anywhere near as awesome as he was, I would have been so pissed that I spent money on that pack because Ravage was a flippy, floppy mess. I hate WFC Trilogy Ravage. This right here is a huge upgrade over WFC Trilogy Ravage, and it is, what, 40 years old at this point? This is actually a super good figure, and if you get this guy, you will probably really like this guy if you don't already have a G1 Ravage. He is super cool, he's very well painted, and he feels so good. Once again, G1 collectors, let me know in the comments, do they all feel like this? Because my lord, I need more of these in my life if that is the case. Awesome figure in my opinion. So, with that all out of the way, do I love this set? Yes, I absolutely do. But this set is $50. $50 for a deluxe class figure and a G1 reissue. And is that worth $50? Honestly, as great as this guy is, as much as I like the G1 Ravage, I cannot in good conscience say that this is $50. I feel like this set should have been $35, maybe $40 tops. $50 feels a little too much for a deluxe class and a tiny little, like, Micromaster sized dude. So, it is gonna be up to you. Am I mad that I bought this? No, I love this figure, and for me, it was worth it. But I don't think that you are getting $50 worth of toy here. Like, let me, like, before you start freaking out at me, let me put this into perspective real quick. This guy is $50. You know what else is $50? You know what else $50 can get you in the Transformers world? $50 can get you this guy. This guy right here. This figure is fragging awesome, and, both $50. Comes with a little G1 Ravage. I don't personally see, I don't personally see where the money is going with this guy. I really like him. I'm glad I bought him. And if you're willing to put down the $50, I'm sure you will be satisfied. But it's always going to be like lingering in the back of your head. Was this worth $50? Like, just a little bit. So that's my really only major complaint with this figure, is I feel like he's a little too expensive. But besides that, I think he's really great. Once again, I do think the arms are a little flippy floppy and a little scary because of how tight they are. I went over that in the overview of the figure. But overall, I'm extremely satisfied with this figure. I do really, really like it. Yeah, I definitely really like it, and I'm super glad to have it and add it to my Beast Wars shelf. Although, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm getting worried because look at my Beast Wars shelf here. You can see how I have it set up. All the Predacons on this side, all the Maximals on this side. But the problem is, we are like from the leaks we have, everything is going to be Predacons from here on out. So I'm a little worried that it's going to be there's going to be way too many Predacons and not enough Maximals, because if you look at the leak listings, the only Maximal we have coming is Megatron. And for the Predacons, we have Tarantulas, Inferno, and Pterosaur. All three of those coming next year. So yeah, there's going to be way more Predacons than Maximals, which is a little sad. So hopefully they'll give us a Silver Bolt soon to even it out a little bit more. But there you have it, guys. That is going to conclude my review of the PulseCon exclusive Covert Agent Ravage. This is a very fun set overall. If you would like to get it, I'm pretty sure it is actually still in stock on Hasbro Pulse, which is pretty insane. I forgot to give the ranking. I would give this set overall, honestly, if I was just ranking the figure overall, if this was just a deluxe class Covert Agent Ravage, it would get an S tier, easily. It's a great figure. It's a really awesome figure. But in a $50 set, I'm going to have to bump it down to like an A- personally, just because I really do not see how that figure and a little G1 Ravage amounts to the same price as this magnificent guy. So, yeah, that's just my thoughts. You can leave all your thoughts in the comment section down below, but I'm going to say A- for the set as a whole. But if it was just him and he was like $30, S tier, easily. But there you have it, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave me a comment down below. And, yeah, with that being said, real quick, the next review will be on the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Sideswipe. This guy's, he's alright. He's alright. But I will see you then. And this is DK Guillotine, signing out.